Okay. Scattered. Okay, great. I guess I'm just not meant to go live today because I gotta deal with some emails now. I've been trying to go live. I was trying to go horizontal and it kept causing issues. And then I found my sound was really pretty bad this morning. Let me just, because now I'm finally got my paint set up. It's not just about going live, it's like, it can take a silly amount of time to kind of get going. Not just setting up paints, but the right headspace. It can be like literally sometimes it's really painful to start painting. Sometimes it's the most exciting thing in the world, but sometimes it takes so much out of you to get to where I am just right now by putting some paint on the canvas. It's weird. And then once you get going, that's the fun part. Once you get going, it starts to you get in a really cool groove and a really cool space, but sometimes starting is very tedious, and I get a lot of I get distracted, sorry. So I've just started, and now I still would love your guys' feedback on Crazy Canadian Cooking. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. I still want to know, I've asked before, but I still, is horizontal better or vertical, like for these sessions? With the the way that it is now, I can get like the full painting in and pretty close. But with the horizontal, I can use them later for like editing videos and like making like a video from it. But anyways, that's also causing me a bit of a headache trying to figure out what's best. I think horizontal is best, but you kind of do lose some of I feel like almost like I'm confused about it, conflicted. I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah, but sometimes painting can even be like, you know, going to the gym. Sometimes you really got to make yourself start, like you just got to get yourself to the gym. And once you're there and then once you leave, you feel fantastic. There's a lot of overlap there. When I wake up in the morning, it's quite easy for me just to jump into the painting. Throughout the day, I get distracted and I have different things going on, and then depending on where I am in the piece, it can cause to me to be like hesitant and even discouraged sometimes. Even though I paint every day and for long portions of the day, I can still get discouraged. But once I'm here now, like I mentioned earlier, like I have emails. I just got a couple emails that are kind of urgent, but I've already started I've set up my pieces, my paints. I've actually sat down. I'm in my flow, and now I gotta stop and tend to these emails. I don't know if you can even pause the stream. So I just posted some work that I did last year where I was doing like fake movie posters, like movies that I just fabricated it in my imagination. And this one really reminded me of that, so I just posted some of my old fake movie posters because this really reminds me of that style and that kind of idea. So I highly recommend checking out those pieces I posted because I like them. So I don't want this to be a mask. I saw something in this face right away where I like this kind of two-tone face happening, but I also don't really want it to be a mask. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that as I go along. Triple C, Canadian, thanks for answering me because, yeah, I want to try to figure this out moving forward. I want to find a way to make it obviously as easy as I can, so I'm not hesitant to just press live, but I also feel like I need to take it, like, take advantage of it, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna, because normally too, normally I'm just filming my art so that I can make a video of it later. Right now I'm not doing that, so that's also, I need to kind of figure out a method and a way to, I'm gonna see once the stream, if I can download the stream and then make a video from the stream, and that's why I was really I'm trying to figure out if I need to do that horizontally or vertically with the live stream. Anyways. this process is all about like getting an interesting outcome from layering with like these light translucent layers. So I'm using a lot of liquid, and as you can see, really quite a small fine tip brush. And I'm not going around the painting. I really want to see what's going to happen just with this face for now. This subject, this like, I think it looks like a lady in the middle here. It's everything you could hope for. I still don't even know what's going on. I'm not sure. Like I needed to paint today without any sort of direction, and then I just picked a reference photo. Yeah, I think I gotta go horizontal because then you can even see my reference photo that I'm not really working from it anymore, but where I started from. And then it reminded me of the earlier work that I was doing last year, where I was doing these fake movie posters, like these imaginary movies, and they have a very similar style for me, where I paint loosely from a reference, and then I just start letting myself go. And right now I'd say I'm kind of in the middle, because I'm not sure what's going to happen still, other than I just want to get some layers in here, and I really want to play with my glazing and a lot of liquid. That's kind of my only MO. And I said it already, but I don't want this to be a mask. I just want maybe a veil, but I think I just want it to be like her face just has two tones. And when I play with the glazes, what I mean with that, I'm mixing like really random colors. And not only do you blend them in, but you kind of want to build up layers, because I know I'll be going at this tomorrow too. Oh. Is it blurred? When I look at the phone, it looks like, it doesn't look clear. Yeah, from reference to riffing. Ask Fox. Yeah, totally. Like not a freestyle. What do they? I guess they would say. I think you have it when you say riffing, but like just like jamming. Like to see where it goes. Riffing's the word. But that's what I felt like I didn't, for the last number of paintings, I've had a clear direction of where the piece has to go. And so like a lot of commitment and dedication to make the vision come to life. Whereas this, I'm really anticipating getting funky and lost, and even like before I want some eyes going on here. I don't want things to add up, and I promised in the other video, I was just like, I don't want to make it just completely gnarly's fine, but morbid or demented's fine. But morbid, if I can avoid like horror, I think that's in my best interest. That can be challenging. One cool thing about doing a live stream like this is like, it's very rare am I gonna just add what I'm doing right now in a video, because it's super tedious and it's a lot of rambling around, a lot of riffing. Like I'm not, you might think I know what I'm doing right now. I do not. So it's very rare that I would kind of almost expose this part of my paintings, because it's back and forth and a lot of trial and error and confusion. So that's kind of interesting about exposing that on a stream. But I do know that when you just keep adding layers, remember these are really silky, translucent layers. They all compound, and they all like play a role as you keep going and going. I think one way to kind of, let's see, I want to play with this. See if I can merge these kind of layers together, because again, I don't want it to be a mask. I want her face just to have two tones. I can imagine watching like someone painting, like having the same, would be like watching golf. Some people love watching golf, while others despise it. I think I'd rather watch golf than baseball, if I had to be honest. Baseball's tough. Going to a game's pretty cool, but like watching it on TV, I might lose some friends saying that, but it's tough. I can't lie to you. But I'm just, why I say that is because I'm imagining what I'm doing right now to be pretty unsatisfying, I think, because it's just like exploring. So you're expecting some sort of result. And I don't know, I have no idea what the result's going to be. If you came here looking for results, I apologize. So maybe it has to be like fractured, like a glitch. What I mean by that is, right now I don't want to just have them have like a bug's eye, like bug eyes. Maybe it needs to be like a glitch. So you see this glitch. Scary is even better than, if you have to choose, scary is better than horror. If you have to choose one, so if something's scary, it's better than like gore or horror. Scary almost just kind of means abnormal or uncanny. I think I get quiet when I'm pretty hyper focused. I got lost there for a while. I got really, actually quite lost. Because I'm kind of again, it's hard to explain, but I'm really dedicated to something that I have no idea what I'm dedicating myself to right now. Like I don't have a vision in my head of what this should look like. I just play with it as I go along. Improv. So I don't know where this will end up. I still want this to be a face with two tones versus like a mask. And so far I feel like I got that to some degree. The only thing I keep coming back to is if this line needs to be more seamless and more like some sort of transition, a smoother transition. And the glazing layers are so subtle, so it's really nice, but you have to take your time. It's a different mindset when you're just adding thin layers, thin clear layers over and over and over again. They can wash away really easy, but then as you let them dry, they build up, you build on them. And even if you don't like, you can use that to your advantage over time. These built up layers. I'm not ignoring anyone, I'm just not looking at my phone at all. I'm super hyper focused on these little marks. And normally I work myself around the painting, but I'm kind of just trying to get a feel for what I'm going for. So I'm just staying in an area till I see if I'm like, okay, I got it. No, it looks like a little bit like Marilyn Manson. Wow, that was an hour just on that face. Was not anticipating that kind of engagement with this piece when I started out. I did not. That was not my intention. I did enjoy it, but I lost my way somewhere. Which is fine. But considering that it's not even done, and I haven't worked on anything else in the piece, it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. I guess, I almost refrain from saying this, but like when you do paint every day and for a living, you have to be conscientious of what you're doing. Of course you want to get lost in your work. Of course you want to explore and just be quote unquote an artist and do what's in your mind. But I can't let myself always do that. If I do that, I can end up being counterproductive. And it can actually, just hold me back in a way. Sometimes, yes, you have to let yourself just be unconscious and fuck around. And that's really important. I'm not downplaying that at all, but you have to at least monitor it. Because today, I kind of thought I was going to set out to paint this piece in one day. If I paint like this, how I am now, it has even the risk of never even being complete, because that was not the intention when I started out. Today I just wanted to put something together relatively quickly for my own consciousness, for my own psyche. Just I want to paint, but I want to, I want this sense of completion. I don't want to work on anything. I just want to have fun. But I also want a finished product because I have other things I have to do tomorrow. Like tomorrow, this was not made for tomorrow. This piece was not made for tomorrow, and the way that it's going now is, I don't even know about tomorrow now. The way that this is taking my time, not stealing my time, but taking it. It's taking my time. I'm still going with it. I'm not fighting it. Just an observation of how it shifted just this last session, this last hour. A little unexpected. And I also know that if I knew that there's going to be certain things that I was going to devote this much time, like I might even paint differently to almost accomplish the same thing. I'm kind of just thinking what I would have done differently had I known I was going to do that. paint like this. But one thing that I am sticking to my guns on, sticking to my vision, is the just the anticipation of glazing many layers of clear layers. The glaze, just adding these translucent layers over and over again. That's still what I set out. That was kind of part of my, because I'm painting a bunch of works like this over the last little while. And most of the other works, like I mentioned, are all focused. This is not focused at all. But I didn't lose sight of that. I didn't lose sight of these glazes and like the way that I'm applying the paint. That was the goal from the start. So at least I didn't abandon that. And that's why I think I'm letting myself continue to play. So we got like that traditional vampire eye happening here, which I like. So I try to spot things as I go, spot areas I like, spot areas that need work, spot areas that have something to them, like, is there anything when I say that's a vampire eye, what does that mean? Does that mean I'm taking the painting in that direction? I'll make a decision about that. Probably not, it's just an observation, but all these thoughts play into how the painting unfolds. Even when you saw me, 40 minutes ago calling this a glitch, because I saw like a spider has those like multiple eyes, or like if you look at a bug's eyes close up, there's a bunch of like little eyeballs. I thought, I don't want bug's eye, but I almost wanted this kind of glitch effect, which I still stand by, where it's almost like you have a glitch in the matrix, but you have a glitch where you're just getting replication and it's fragmented. Hey everyone, sorry I'm not looking at my phone at all today. I kind of got lost in this mental almost like a problem that it's taking all my attention and I can't get away from it till I see something totally went off the rails as far as what I set out to do. And now you're seeing me just stay in here for over an hour now, which is fine, but normally I'm working around everything. I did not anticipate this character to require so much energy, which is cool. I guess I'm still at it, but I'm just lost with it as well. So I'm not, but I appreciate all the hellos. Get your brush right. Pull in the right direction. You can kind of make that up as you go along, but at least be thoughtful. And you kind of know when you're not pulling in the right direction, so then you just change it up. Don't rush. And then fix your mistakes. It's fine. Especially when you're not rushing, you can't really mess up too bad. And you can only mess up as you continue, because in the beginning, it's all just getting some paint to start, get yourself started. If there's no paint on there, you can't even make a mistake or make it right. So get some paint on there. Add a little bit of So I'll just keep talking about it because it's kind of the main purpose of it. I'm adding thin layers of glaze over and over and over again. Right now I'm adding if you see this green, I don't know where you can see it clearly, but look at the color of that green. It's like a lime green. But I'm going to mix it in. Because I want color in here and nuanced subtlety, these subtle little colors, because that's kind of the whole fun about glazing. You can add wild stuff in here. And it just builds. You're building slowly. It wouldn't even be smart to use the analogy like floors, like in a building where you build like a skyscraper and you build floor by floor. It's the right analogy, but it's almost like these layers don't even equate to a floor. It's a slower burn than building a structure. Because some of the layers are almost translucent, like super see-through, super clear. Is it possible to get carried away? Yes. Yes, it is. And, but it's really easy to use it too, though. So after I let this dry for a while, I can come back and like start adding layers on top of here after everything's touch dry, tacky even. If I don't like something, it's really easy to fix it up. I just want some layers on here so that when I come back, I'm just way further ahead with this area than I was when I started. Before I send you off, I'll just do some fun stuff here. I'll even probably leave this because I have to come back to this piece again, this area again. So these really extreme highlights, I like them, but if they're too much, I can come back later. And fix them up, tone them down, tone it down. But there you go.